going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Eat your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I also hope you guys didn't do anything dumb. I don't want to have to cover you in court tomorrow. If you're in Michigan, I didn't see any of you in the arraignments. Actually, you know what? I didn't see any arraignments in Detroit this weekend. I think that channel might have been taken down. Don't know. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. You guys want to watch some court? I want to watch some court. Let's watch some court. All right, what do I have tonight? I've got an arraignment from this morning in front of Magistrate Garwood. It turned spicy. It's a little weird, then it's a lot weird, and then it gets spicy. So you guys are gonna enjoy that one. Then we'll just kind of bounce around. I've got one from Kentucky. I've got I've got a Judge Dad, a Judge Simpson, Judge Shackelford. They're all making appearances. So you guys ready? Let's just do it. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go. And I already forgot. Sorry, Carla. Carla, welcome back. I know you're not a new member, but you're kind of a new member. But anyways, thank you again for rejoining. I appreciate it. Thank you, Carla. You're awesome. Now let's go.
Mr. Buckner, I'll be with you in just a second.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, and we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the power, the glory, forever. Amen. Most gracious Heavenly Father, today I am being brought before the court for defending my life. Father Yahweh, I don't understand what is going on, how I was shot at and assaulted, and I ended up in jail. I don't understand how.
Mr. Buckner, Mr. Buckner, I really don't mean to interrupt, but you're being recorded. We're on the record.
This needs to be on the record. And
was there a KCC raid? I missed that. KCC, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome to all the KCC raiders.
You know,
Mr. Buckner, this is Magistrate Garwood. I'm just reminding you, you can continue with your prayer, but anything that you say can and will be used against you. We'll be with you in just a minute.
And thank you, ma'am. Father Yahweh, I have said everything, and you said that the truth shall set you free. Father Yahweh, in front of the whole Washtenaw County, everybody who's watching on YouTube right now, I have been incarcerated for getting shot at and assaulted. Washtenaw Sheriff's Department did.
Yeah, they're not really on the record yet. I just kept this in here so you could hear what this guy was saying. So when they get on the record, you'll be able to hear.
Not take no statements from nobody. They locked me up. I am locked up for malicious destruction of property after being shot at. A convicted felon was allowed to shoot at me in broad daylight. I want everybody to know that because I said I didn't want to be a snitch, I said I didn't want my name on no paperwork, all my family and friends made statements, and none of my families and friends' statements were accounted for. I am in jail after being shot at and assaulted. Okay, there is no justice for the black man in Washtenaw County. There were ring cameras that were offered to the police. There were multiple victim statements, multiple eyewitness statements, and I'm the one in jail. But I was the one that was shot at and assaulted. So this goes to show everybody, you better give your life to God, because when you're not living for God, there's no rules in the devil's playground. So I want everybody to witness today that Lawrence Edward Buckner Jr., who has been a stand-up guy from all his life who never wanted to snitch, never wanted to be on no paperwork. You know, this is what it gets you right here. Okay? And I pray to the God of my understanding, I don't care who talks about me through Washtenaw County. The truth is, I am a victim. I was shot at. I was assaulted. And I'm in jail. And there is no way to tell me that there's anything to justify putting me in jail. Every officer that was on my case was a bold case. The neighbor across the street showed a Ring camera, which proves that I did not do nothing wrong. That wasn't taken into account of place. And then I want everybody in Washtenaw County to know that my 17-year-old nephew was taken to jail because he told the police the truth. He told the police that I was shot at, and why didn't the other guy go to jail, and he was taken to jail with me. So,
Mr. Buckner? I don't mean to interrupt, but you hadn't said amen yet. You hadn't said amen in a while. I think you're just making a statement. You're not making a prayer anymore.
I was praying to God.
Okay, so I'd like to
no
proceed.
understanding. I have no understanding of how.
So let me, Mr. Buckner, Mr. Buckner.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me do my job and try to help you. Okay.
I apologize, Miss Tamara. Is that how I pronounce your name, Miss Tamara Garwood?
It's Tamara, and
Tamara.
like not today, Tamara, but you can call me Your Honor, you can call me Magistrate. Okay, just let me do my job and we'll get you taken care of, okay?
Heather.
First and foremost, I apologize, but the one thing I told Miss Apple before I came in here, I said, Miss Apple, I said, I just got released on tether for some issues with my girlfriend, right? And I get a charge on bond. The officer told me I was free to go and then said, oh, we're charging you for violating your bond. I'm charged for violating my bond for getting shot at. And I know that at the end of the day, you have a job to do, everybody have a job to do. But
Mr. Buckner, we can't get any of this done unless you let the magistrate speak. We have to take this one step at a time.
I'm sorry for being so excited. I'm sorry for being a lot of anxiety. I just don't know what to do. I am lost, and that is the truth. I am lost, and I apologize.
Mr. Buckner, I get it, but let me do what I need to do and get this moving.
I apologize. Sorry.
It's okay, and hopefully we can get you some answers and figure out what's going on here. Okay,
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
here today. You're here today on WCSD 25-18663. Tell me your full name for the record.
My name is Lawrence Edward Buckner Jr. I was born March 20th, 1980.
I'm going to give you just a little hint as you're going through your court cases. I know you have other cases, but just a hint to you. When a judge or a magistrate asks you a question, we try to ask you really specific questions because remember, anything you say can be used against you. So when I'm asking you questions, I'm going to ask specific questions and I'm just looking for specific answers. So no need to add, okay? I know you have a lot you want to say, but I'm not deciding whether you're guilty or innocent today. I'm just arraigning you, okay? So before we get too far into your case, just a little bit of housekeeping. Courthouse is closed to the public. The public has the right to hear and see what's happening here in the courtroom. So all of our cases are broadcast live on our YouTube channel. When we're done here today, it's going to come off of the court's YouTube channel. May end up on somebody else's, but it'll come off of our YouTube.
What other channel is it going to end up on? I have no idea. It's not like I saw this on at least two. I saw people in court covered it and old Squishy Gardner covered it. But who else? Come on, Judge, give us some shout outs.
YouTube channel. Next, we're doing this by Zoom. If something happens that you can't hear or see me, let me know right away. Otherwise, I assume our connection's working just fine. Next, the camera in this courtroom's in a weird spot, so it looks like I'm not looking at you. I am actually looking at you on a monitor so that I can actually see you. And last but not least, one of my biggest pet peeves in the whole wide world is when people interrupt me. So I try to be respectful and not interrupt other people, but I start to lose my cool when people interrupt me. So just be forewarned about that, because I think you and I are going to have a little bit of an issue as we communicate here. So just please be mindful of that. With that, I'm going to advise you of your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, the court will refer you to the local appointing authority for them to make investigation as to representation. Ms. Apple will assist you today. The public defender's office will be in touch with you after today's court hearing. I've signed the paperwork so they can assist you. Because you've been charged with a felony, you do have the right to a probable cause conference within 14 days of today. You have the right to a preliminary examination within 21 days, and you have the right to a trial. Mr. Buckner, do you understand your rights that I have just explained to you?
No,
You don't understand.
because I don't want to be here. I'm innocent.
That's a separate issue. Do you understand you have the right to have a lawyer represent you?
I do understand I have a right to have a lawyer.
And that's at no cost to you. You understand that?
that you-
Okay. And do you understand that you have the right to remain silent?
Yes,
Thank you. And do you understand that you have the right to have a preliminary examination within 21 days? That's a mini trial where the prosecutor has to demonstrate to the court that it's likely that the crime was committed and that you committed the crime. And you also have the right to have a probable cause conference within 14 days. Do you understand that?
yeah. Yeah,
Yes?
yeah, yeah,
I think he said yes.
yes.
And do you understand you have the right to have a trial? And a trial by jury, if that's what you wish to do, or a trial by a judge?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. All right, then we are going to proceed with appearances by counsel. We'll start with the people.
Andrew Childers appearing on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender Hannah Apple appearing on behalf of Mr. Buckner. Your Honor, I did have a chance to review the complaint with Mr. Buckner. We would waive a formal reading of the complaint. My client would stand mute at this time, and I'd ask to address bond when appropriate.
Thank you. Mr. Buckner, I'm not going to go through the details of the complaint with you because you had a chance to review that information with Ms. Apple. You'll have more time to review what happened with the Public Defender's Office as your case proceeds. We'll have you stand mute. I'll enter.
He's tweaking for Jesus. His prayer was interrupted. He didn't get to say amen, so he's tweaking. He's he needs Jesus. He didn't get to say amen.
A plea of not guilty on your behalf. I'm going to schedule you for your next court date. The next court date that you can be seen is a probable cause conference, April 3rd at 9 a.m. with Judge Simpson at the 14A1 District Court. That's live and in person, not by Zoom. We will send you a notice to appear. Again, as I said, you're going to receive additional information from the Public Defender's Office. The next thing we need to address in this case is bond. And there are two parts to bond. Bond conditions, those are things the court tells you can and cannot do. If you violate a bond condition, you're subject to immediate arrest. The other side of bond is whether you can be released today on your own, or whether you'd have to post a bond in order to be released. Before I make any decisions regarding bond or bond conditions, I'm going to hear from the people, and then I will hear from your counsel. And I just want you to know, we did hear testimony this morning regarding what allegedly took place on the day in question. I also have a copy of your pending cases. You have a couple pending cases right now. And I also have a copy of your criminal history. All of that's going to go into my evaluation. I'm going to hear from the people first, and then I'll hear from Ms. Apple on your behalf.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I thank you for at least being open-minded enough, because I was scared when I told Miss Apple.
Hold on, Mr. Buckner.
I'm gonna hear from counsel, and if there's something that Ms. Apple missed, which I highly doubt, then if you need to supplement it, we'll see about whether she wants you to supplement it. But she's a really great attorney, so let her do what she needs to do to help you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Yes.
Mr. Childers.
Your Honor, the people are requesting a $20,000 surety bond, no 10% in this case. As the court is aware, the defendant was on bond for a stalking and domestic violence case, as well as a felon in possession and CCW case from, I believe it was, that incident date was close to Christmas, maybe the 24th of December. Those were both charged a few weeks ago by my office. My review of the defendant's criminal history is pretty remarkable. It appears to go back about 30 years. He did 10 years in prison, federal prison for weapons charges. It appears that when he was released, he committed some offenses in the state of Indiana And then obviously we have the new conduct over the last few months here in Washtenaw County. The facts of this case are it's not the charge offense here is simply a malicious destruction of personal property, ramming a vehicle into damaging another vehicle. The people's biggest concern is that this behavior.
Yeah, nonstop roll-bys of the house of whoever he's stalking. It's annoying. You got to stop those roll-bys.
Happened while the defendant was on bond for what I consider to be much more serious cases. And because of that, we believe that he certainly has a complete inability to follow orders of the court or conform himself to the norms of society. He represents a danger to the community and to others. And I would ask that he remain in custody while these cases are pending. I suspect without question that Judge Simpson will issue no bond bench warrants based on this behavior probably tomorrow on the cases pending before him.
I just want to confirm, Mr. Childers, if you can tell. So I think I have 4 pending cases. I have an aggravated stalking with a DV. I have a weapons charge. I have a malicious destruction of personal property with Judge Washington. And I have a malicious use of telecommunications services with Judge Washington. And from these, it looks like he's actually posted a bond.
My understanding is he posted a bond on the case. So I actually didn't look at, I was focusing on the felonies.
Yeah.
And so on the ag stalking DV file and the weapons case, my understanding, and actually APA Zenda from our office is handling those, and she was Teams messaging me this morning that he had posted a bond on both of those files.
And it's sizable.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
It was. And so that's normally a $20,000 bond on an MDOP. It's kind of high.
Put your hands down. Put your hands down. Put your hands down.
And so, yeah, my concern is that we have this conduct while on bond, posted bond on serious matters.
Okay. Just so you know, Mr. Buckner.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. One of the allegations here, the sort of general concept here, what the prosecutor's arguing is, you have an inability to control yourself, to control your actions. I appreciate the jail is a really complicated place to be, and there's a lot of emotion going on, but I'm watching you, and he's just making arguments. I haven't made any rulings yet. You got to sit still. You got to control your body here while this is happening.
Yes,
Otherwise, Mr. Buckner, you're just supporting what
What
Mr.
he's saying,
Childers is
what he's
saying,
saying.
right?
And
Hold on, Mr. Buckner.
Okay, I'm not asking for comment. I'm telling you, I appreciate the jail is not a great place to be and you want to get out. I get that. But if you can't sit still and act appropriately with me when you should be on your best behavior, even
Yes,
with what
ma'am.
Mr. Childers is saying, you're just supporting his argument. You're making it really hard for yourself and Ms. Apple. So sit tight, let me hear from Ms. Apple, and then I'm going to decide what to do. Okay? Ms. Apple.
Thank you. Your Honor, I will inform the court that for housekeeping, as Mr. Childers did discuss, he does have a bond violation, hearing that it appears he's set to be arraigned on tomorrow before Judge Simpson. So bond is denied on that case. However, Mr. Buckner would like the court to know, and as he has somewhat been trying to express to the court, that and I explained to Mr. Buckner, this will come out as the case proceeds, and if he has a self-defense claim of some kind, then we absolutely will assert that defense. But his concern is that these allegations came about after he was shot at by an individual in the community, and there appears to be several witnesses that saw this and different video footage. So he is frustrated at his circumstances, and that his life was put in danger, and he did what he thought was best and has subsequently been charged with a felony because of that. But again, I discussed with Mr. Buckner in our breakout room and meeting him, the process that we will have to go through and having those conversations and reviewing discovery. But based on that, I would ask the court to consider some type of a nominal bond on this case so that he is receiving credit while he is potentially held on the other matter before Judge Simpson that he's going to be arraigned on tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right. He's going to be in Judge Simpson's court tomorrow. That'll be fun. Something tells me it's going to be short. Judge Simpson has a way of just making these interesting cases only last 1 minute. They're going to ask for an adjournment. He's going to get his bond revoked, and then that's it. That's what I see happening.
My guess is Judge Simpson's going to be the bigger problem in this case than me. And he's probably going to take no matter what I do, his action's probably going to be more aggressive than my action here. Mr. Sutton lives approximately across the street. Is that right, Mr. Childers?
So the address in my file for Mr. Sutton was in Detroit, but I believe that it might be like a girlfriend or something that lives in the vicinity of Mr. Buckner, and that's
No,
why
that's
he
his
has
cousin.
that address.
That's his family member's house.
There you go.
Do you have an address for that, where that Jeep was parked?
Where my Jeep was parked, my Jeep was
Hold on,
parked.
Mr. Buckner.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, where the Cadillac was parked. Do you have that address, Mr. Childers?
One moment, Your Honor.
I think it was 720.
Oh, just let Mr. Childers find it, okay? I appreciate you trying to be helpful.
He was counting the stars, is what he was doing.
Yeah, 7
I'm muting the address.
Fox.
Miss Apple. Thank y'all for your help, man. May God bless all y'all. Thank you.
Oh, you're so nice now. Just wait. Just wait.
We're not done yet, Mr. Buckner.
I'm figuring out your conditions. I just have to type them into the computer, so just hang tight.
Oh, I'll get it. Don't worry. I'll have that tomorrow. As long as Judge Simpson's on YouTube tomorrow. He hasn't been streaming all day like he used to. So hopefully we'll get it. Hey, what's up, Chuck? What's up, Chuck? Hopefully you're doing well.
God, you know the truth. Okay. Whatever reason you want me to see.
All right, Mr. Buckner, are you ready, or do you need to finish your prayer?
Father God, please just help me. Please give Judge Tamara Good the spiritual sight to see what happened. Please don't let the devil block her vision. Allow her to see with the spirit.
That was a rhetorical question. All right. I'm going to go through your bond conditions, and then I will tell you your bond. Your bond conditions are not in any particular order, just the order on the form I'm going to read from. It's important that you understand those bond conditions so you can comply with those bond conditions. They are as follows: you're not to use, purchase, or possess any alcohol, illegal drugs, or marijuana. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a medical marijuana card?
Yes, I do. So I'm able to allow to use marijuana because I actually have been a medical marijuana participant for years.
Okay, it was just.
But I don't drink.
What?
I don't
Okay.
drink.
Mr. Buckner, just a yes or a no
Yes,
question.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Okay.
She's just being nice. She absolutely does not need to allow that.
I got shot in my head, so please, just some months ago, I'm suffering from a gunshot from the head. So just please keep that in mind. That's why my emotional, I got shot in my head. I got shot 9 times on Father's Day. And everybody, like when I keep saying this all these current stuff stems from me not cooperating or me getting shot. And nobody believes me. Nobody wants to hear my voice. And it's okay. I died twice in my little brother's arms on June 18th, 2024. I was shot 9 times and 1 time in the head, allegedly by Ronell Johnson. And I told the police I didn't want to have nothing to do with the case. They keep coming to my house telling me, hey, you need to participate in this case. And then the last time Deputy Caruso came to my house, and that's why I'm glad this is on record, he said, Mr. Buckner, who did this to you? The very next day, I was charged with domestic violence, stalking, and all these other charges. This is what the prosecutor, Mr. C. Andrews, I want to say to you, I understand that I have had an extensive record throughout my life. However, if you look at the time frame from the things that I got in Indiana, you know why I went to Indiana. I went to Indiana because of my wife, and I got a divorce. Okay, that was a very messy divorce.
Mr. Buckner, I am sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm going to stop you. You have this pending DV case. You're involved in other cases. You're making all of these statements. Ms. Apple is probably, I can't imagine what her feet are doing under her desk right now. You're creating a record. Honestly, you're creating a record that is not helpful so that she can do her job and so that all the other attorneys in her office can do their job to help you. So don't be your own worst enemy. Again, there's no question on the table right now. And you just keep talking. You're not helping yourself. You're again demonstrating to me that you can't control yourself for whatever reason, whether it's because you got shot or because you just have impulse control issues. So stop talking. Let me do what I need to do. The original question was, do you have a medical marijuana card? You answered.
All right, I've got a question. This is a really dumb question, but it's a hypothetical for any lawyers out there. He's on bond. He's not allowed to possess any weapons or ammo. If he gets shot and he has bullets in him, does that count as possession of ammo? Just asking. I'm asking for a friend, as Cat would say. Asking for a friend. Cheshire Cat, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Cat. All right, thank you.
Yes, that's done. We're moving on to the next topic. Do you understand that? Yes, that's a yes or a no. Yes, you understand?
Yes, I understand.
You're not allowed to leave the state of Michigan without prior permission of the court. You're not to commit any crimes while your case is pending. You must appear for any and all court hearings and other places as directed by the court. Do not commit any crimes. You are not to assault, terrorize, frighten, intimidate, threaten, harass, molest, or stalk anyone. You're not to purchase or possess any firearms, ammunition, dangerous weapons, or any gun components, nor are you to be with anyone who has any of those items. You are going to have random drug and alcohol testing with our community corrections department. If you're already doing that testing, it won't be duplicative, but you will have to appear for an intake with them. That'll be what we refer to as standard supervision, and you'll have to present them with your medical marijuana card. Do you understand that so far?
Yes, Ms. Gatewood.
Garwood.
I'm so sorry. Ms. Garwood, I apologize. Judge Garwood, I apologize.
No worries. You are to have no contact with Billy Sutton. In addition,
Billy Sutton, AKA Dollar Bill.
Stop. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Billy Sutton. That's
You are to have no
real name.
Stop talking. You are to have no contact with Billy Sutton. When I say no contact, no direct or indirect contact with that individual in person or through others. Don't attempt to have contact with him. No telephone, email, texting, internet, or social media. Don't send it.
Well, that's what the medical marijuana card is a doctor approves it. And yeah, but it's legal now in Michigan for recreational use. So you don't need a medical marijuana card, but if you're on probation or bond, there's a term that you can't use marijuana. But if you have a medical marijuana card from a licensed practitioner, then sometimes the court will allow it.
Anything to him, don't deliver anything to him, don't direct anyone else to be in touch with him on your behalf. I also don't want you going to 720 Fox Ave. You have to drive the other way on the street. I don't want you having any contact with anyone who resides at that house. I don't want you having any contact with anyone who's visiting that house. I don't want you going to Billy Sutton's home, work, any school, any place of worship that he may attend, or any temporary residence. Do you understand?
I know I missed it. Legal fiction, I missed it. I just unpaused it. I even have it on in my notes that I had to make sure to blank something out. And I don't know, I just slept on that part. I'm so good at that.
That requires an answer, a yes or a no.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All of your conditions, they are going to exist whether you're in custody or out of custody. They remain in full force and effect until changed by the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. As far as bond is concerned, it is clear to me that a lot more took place, and the testimony we heard from the sheriff's deputy had a lot of other people involved and had a lot of other activity that was going on. I would anticipate, based upon what I've heard from that deputy, that other charges are coming for other people, not just from you or for you, for that particular event. But what I have in front of me gives me cause to have concern for the safety of the community. It gives me cause to have concern whether you have an ability to control yourself and whether you have the ability to follow court orders.
I
Based
do.
upon those, well, you haven't, and you have a bond violation hearing tomorrow with Judge Simpson because of that. So
Ms.
based
Garwood,
upon that
in the name of
information,
Jesus Christ, Ms. Garwood, in the name of Jesus.
I'm talking.
Mr. Buckner,
I'm still talking. Remember, I don't interrupt you. You don't interrupt me. That was the deal we made at the beginning. I'm setting a cash bond, $20,000, cash or surety, no 10% privilege. I believe that that is appropriate. Somebody could have been really hurt, so.
Right, like me getting shot in the head. And let me tell you something, Judge, since you already set the bond, in the name of Jesus
Mr.
Christ,
Buckner, please.
in the name of Jesus
Encourage
Christ.
you not to speak about any
The
kind of,
bond,
let me
Hey,
tell
Miss
you
Apple, do you see
something
what just
often-
happened to me, Miss Apple? How, like, she just said that a police officer just came in here, gave her testimony. She said that she worried about me being a threat to society when I got shot at. How am
Mr.
I a
Buckner,
threat to
the bond
society?
has been set.
Apparently
The
you
bond
did
has
not
been
hear the
set.
statement I made right before that. The bond has been set. Counsel, Ms. Apple, anything further in this matter?
No, thank
Hey,
you.
hey, Miss
Mr.
Apple, man,
Childers,
what
anything?
actually
I'm gonna have to
happened?
mute you.
She gave me a
I'm gonna have to mute you. You've been muted. We can't hear you. Mr. Childers, anything further in this matter?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, thank you. You are muted. I'm not going to hear from you if you're yelling at me. If you have a question, I'm happy to answer a question, but I'm not going to have you yell at me. I'm not going to have you threaten me. I'll unmute you if you have a question. You're still muted. I'll unmute you if it's a question, but I'm not going to have
Your
you
Honor,
yell at
I
me.
would, on behalf of my client, I would probably
Okay,
ask that we
Ms.
just conclude this
Apple,
hearing.
is fine
We'll
with
talk
us
with-
leaving you muted. That'll complete this hearing. We'll let the jail know that he's done.
We'll talk with him tomorrow too, so.
Okay,
if
so
he has
you're all
anything-
set. We're not going to have more comments from you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Can you let the jail staff know to move him? Oh, he's gonna move himself.
I think he just gave the court the finger.
And I'm a pretty good lip reader.
Yeah,
And I'm
that
pretty
looked like an
sure the
expert.
last comment started with an F and a Y. We can let the record reflect that.
Sure.
All right. Yeah. That one was fun. You know, I like the comment Jesus has left the chat. That was a good one. I appreciate that comment. Doc Ock, it is really good to see you, my friend. I'm sorry your life's been so hectic. I'm glad you're here. Hopefully, you can relax a little bit tonight. But it's really good to see you, Doc Ock. Erica, 13 months. That is awesome, Erica. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. That is awesome. Thank you. All right, moving on. We're moving. I think the next one's Kentucky. And someone asked earlier if it's a new court. It's not. I cover this court every once in a while. I generally avoid it because the cameras are terrible. The audio quality is usually not that great. And they talk really slow. But this is a good one. This has to do with an attorney accusing a police officer of lying. And yeah, it's a good, interesting one after that last one. So let's go.
Johnny Bell. You got a case up here. You filed in 24 CR. I'll see if you have to be here or not. If you're paid up, keep.
Why did I not cut this out? That was the start of the case. Why am I rewinding it? That was literally the start.
That's Mr. Bell's phone. I don't want to.
Johnny Bell, you got a case up here. You filed in
Was my mic muted during the break, or are you guys trolling me? No, it's not a new judge. I've covered him a few times. I just generally avoid this court because it's slow.
24 CR 0031 and 98. You have filed what is called a motion for relief.
Motion to set aside the judgment under 6002, Your Honor. We have filed that, yes, sir.
Tell me about it.
Judge, we had
Have to say
Mr.
your client's last name.
Keanu.
Jose Keanu?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Keanu came in, Judge, and we worked out a deal, and we worked very hard, both me and the Commonwealth and him, and we got a solution worked out on a pretrial diversion, and there was some collateral reasons.
All right, I got you. That joke went over my head. It went right over my head. I thought that maybe I was on mute and you guys were asking if this was a new court. Okay, we're good. Everyone's good.
Why that we done it the way we did it. We had all been very interested in a body cam and to look at that and review that because of the allegations. It would help us and aid us a great deal making a decision both from the prosecutor's standpoint and from my standpoint and my client's standpoint. Well, we were told that
I'm not following you here. I'm sorry. So.
Okay,
He did a pretrial diversion, right? Or did he?
we done a pretrial diversion.
He did a pretrial diversion.
Yes,
and then
sir.
what happened?
He went to probation and ICE was waiting on him. They picked him up and put him in custody with ICE
Okay,
based upon the charges.
okay.
That was our greatest concern and the reason that plea negotiations went along as far as they did, because he's got 5 kids here in Monroe County. He's always worked. He's always doing what he's supposed to, aside from these circumstances that landed him here. And that was a big part of our negotiations.
Well, what do you want me to do now?
Well, the officer in this case has made statements, both in writing and in reporting. After we had done the plea, I think he had made a statement to Mr. Stockton. This is just a hearsay situation, that he made those very early in the case, which can't be true because he references the INS and the situation of him being picked up, which happened well after we entered the plea. I had assured my client and his family that there was no body cam because that's what I had been told, and I think truthfully by the prosecutors. Then this same officer made a recording that was recorded by my client's wife, stating that he had given the body cam to Mr. Stockton and that he had no responsibility to turn it over to us, and even went into detail about what's on it, which is part of our motion. And that put me in a very bad situation because my client then says, you know, I didn't do my due diligence.
Mr. Stockton.
And Judge, I don't want you to resolve this, just.
What's the story on this thing?
Well, the old proverb is no good deed goes unpunished. Because we negotiated this thing with Mr. Bell, and we took into consideration, and we finally agreed on home incarceration because Mr. Bell was afraid if we put him in jail, he'd be deported. And that's what we ended up agreeing to. And Miss Vanderpool, who I can get on by Zoom, she's at a doctor's appointment this morning. She checked 3 or 4 times to make sure there wasn't any body cam. And even checked after the fact, and there's never been any body cam in the portal that we check. And the way she explained it to me is when an officer places their body cam to be recharged, it downloads automatically into their system. So for there to have been body cam and us not had it, there would never have been placed back in the system. So as far as we know, there's not any, and Mr. Hunley can go through the rest of it as far as what Mr. Hammer's done.
So if there's no body cam, that's the story.
Well, Your Honor, if there's no body cam, and I believe what Mr. Stockton's saying, I'm not saying anything about the Commonwealth in this situation or circumstance, but what I am saying.
It looks like you're talking about him. Mr. Hunley looks like you're talking. Do you feel like he's talking about you?
No, I told them up front what this situation was, Judge.
Well, I don't understand.
This officer, Mr. Hammer, cannot come out in public and state that there's items of discovery as a criminal defense lawyer, and me look at my clients and say, I assure you, there's no body camera. I've talked to Mr. Stockton.
I'll scold him for doing.
Well, that don't do any good to my
Well,
client.
Well, let me tell you what, it doesn't affect your client if the underlying facts are not changed.
Well, how do I know that there isn't a body cam? Just because you wouldn't
You
download?
shouldn't listen to idle chatter from these people. Officers should.
No, that, you know,
Your motion is denied.
well, Judge, I'd like a written order on that.
I'll give you one.
I appreciate it.
It won't be by the end of the day, but you'll get one.
I don't want it by the end of the day. I can't use it before the end of the day anyway, but I would want a written order, Judge. I appreciate it. And Mr. Hammer don't even have to take the stand and answer any of these charges.
Well, what do they have to do with anything? What do they have to do with anything?
If he
Wait,
has hidden evidence or destroyed or manipulated evidence, that is a crime. And that puts me as a criminal defense lawyer in a terrible situation with other clients.
You can report that to the Commonwealth Attorney's Office and ask them to do an investigation. And if you want a special if they.
All right, what is going on here? So there was a plea deal taken by this guy's client, the defendant. This is the defense attorney that's standing at the podium. What happened was there wasn't any body cam. They took a plea deal because there wasn't any body cam. Now that the case has been resolved, the officer went to Facebook and said that there was body cam in some way, some fashion or another. I don't really know. They don't go into it too much. I don't think they do. There's still a couple minutes left for this. And the defense attorney saw this. So the defense attorney is now filing a motion saying we need to investigate this because the officer is now saying there is body cam. He told the prosecutor that there's not, and we took a plea deal based on there not being body cam. This changes the entire situation. That's what's going on.
They feel like they've got a conflict, they can request a special prosecutor, which I think might be appropriate, Mr. Bell, to give some confidence to you or your client. There would be an appropriate investigation to see if there was anything withheld.
I hope you can see my situation and my
I do see your situation, but you know.
And he's got to make a knowing, intelligent, voluntary plea. But if there's all the evidence about him turned over to the Commonwealth and not to us, there's a problem there. There's a break in the chain.
Letter next week to the Kentucky State Police. And I'll ask them to investigate this matter and see if there's any tampering with physical evidence. And once I get a report from them, I'll request a special prosecutor. And then we'll find out if there's been any wrongdoing occurred.
That seems fair enough.
Does me too.
I don't think there should be anything done on simply that, Your Honor, unless you have an evidentiary hearing establishing that there was a body cam.
Well, we'll find out.
Prove the negative.
Well, I denied his motion other than just slur him. I don't know what I can do. I denied his motion, and he thinks that there's been something untoward. I think what the Commonwealth attorney says, he asked the state police to find out if there was. They can do an investigation.
I don't think there was, but that way we'll know.
We'll know. They'll give it independent. Well, that's all right. You're getting it. You're getting it. Yeah. Gerald Ryan.
All right. I found that one interesting. I hope you guys did too. But yeah, that's a big problem. Big problem. There was actually body cam, and the officer, I don't know why the officer would brag about it. Why would put it on Facebook? You know, it's on Facebook though. It doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean it's true. Anyways, you guys are cracking me up. Before I get into the super chats real quick, I miss Sparkle Poots. Sparkle Poots. Thank you so much for the super chat. Colin, that's just wrong. She was referring to the question I asked, the hypothetical about the defendant being in possession of bullets if he gets shot. I thought it was funny. Just random thought. Sly, thank you so much, Sly, for the super chat. Tupac left his wallet on the bar. This is what was in it. Thank you, Tupac, and and Sly and Tupac and Sly. Thank you. Michelle, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. That is awesome. Thank you. Jedi, Sly dropped this while Darth Maul came sliding in like a tiger on Vaseline. You gotta watch out for Sly when she does that. She can get feisty, especially the tiger part of the Darth Maul. Jedi, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Sparkle Poots. Sly sent me a chicken. This was tied to her leg. Here you go. Thank you. That is awesome that Sly sent you a chicken. And apparently chickens carry cash nowadays. Maybe I need to get into the chicken business, especially with the price of eggs. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for that. I do appreciate it. Okay. I think next we'll go to Shackelford. Okay. You know what? I'll just let this play. There's something that happens at the end, and I'll explain it when we get there.
So now we did Asario, we did that Asario, we did Dyer. Hi, Mr. Kazicki, come on up.
Timothy Ali.
All right, Mr. Ali, come on up. Oh, okay. And Mr. Keys. All right, this is 243313, the people versus Timothy Ali.
Keith on behalf of probation.
No, Jay Kuzicki on behalf of Mr. Ali. He's gone over his rights, Your Honor, no question. As for the bond violation, he is going to enter a plea of guilty, but we're asking to address the court prior to the sentencing.
Okay, did you understand all of that, Mr. Ali?
Yeah.
All right, so first we will adjourn the pretrial just for discovery.
Yes, Your Honor, we're still trying to review the discovery. I have a problem with it.
Okay, and then we have an allegation, sir. The allegation is that you violated your bond. And the allegation is that you tested positive for alcohol on February 25th of 2025, and that was confirmed by a lab on March 16th of 2025. Do you understand that allegation?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
All right, and did you go over your probation violation or a bond violation advice or rights form with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand your rights?
Yes.
And did you sign the back of that, sir?
Yes, I did.
Sir, you understand that if you enter a plea guilty to this violation, you'd be waiving the hearing rights on this form. That we're not going to have a hearing if you say you're guilty. You understand?
Judge Webster. Judge Webster is absolutely cutie number one. I mean, those glasses, they just do it for me.
Okay, I found this on the web for you understand. I must have said something that sounded like Siri. Sorry. You understand all of that?
Sure.
All right, and you understand that if you enter a plea of guilty or you're found guilty, I could amend your bond, I could revoke your bond, and put you in the Wayne County Jail, or I could continue your bond as it currently is. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, sure.
All right, knowing all of that, to the allegation you tested positive for alcohol on 3/25 or 2/25 of 25, and it was confirmed by a lab on March 16th. How do you plead?
Yes, sir.
Did you have something to drink? What is it you want to tell me?
Could tell you, but you wouldn't believe it.
Why? Because I've heard it all a million times. Let me guess.
Yeah.
Let me guess. You were at a cousin's house and there was punch and you didn't know there was alcohol in
I was
it.
at home.
Or maybe you ate something and maybe that thing had alcohol in it. Or maybe you dropped, I don't even know. Tell me, I'm dying. Don't keep me in suspense. What's your excuse?
It's really not an excuse. It's actually true. I did have company. It was at my house.
Mm-hmm.
Came in. I have a juice that I make up because I'm a diabetic. I went in the house. I grabbed me a glass of juice. I brought my jug out with me. My company, they was there. They were doing it. They was drinking their drink. I got up. I went to the bathroom. I came back out. I sat back down. I started drinking my drink that I was drinking.
And you didn't feel that you were drinking? You had no
nothing-
idea at any time that you were drinking alcohol?
No, because what I mix in my drink is raw beets,
Didn't you feel any effects of alcohol?
Huh?
Didn't you feel like, okay, maybe you didn't taste it, but at no point you were like, oh, I'm feeling a little
No,
toasty?
It wasn't no taste. It wasn't nothing. If you do like this,
He makes his juice with raw beets. No one's switching his drink. No one's touching that. There's probably, I don't know, 100 people living on this planet that drink that. No one's touching that. What in the world? Not even going to attempt that. Time to say hard words now. Yeah, words are hard, and no. Yep, no. Cheshire Cat, thank you though for the super chat, but yet no.
if I had some of it with me right now, and I just poured the glass, and let you do like this, just hold it to your nose. You don't gotta hold it up to your nose. You
All
can
right.
smell it from right here.
Here's the thing, Mr. Ali,
But everything else, I've been doing. I have.
here's the thing. The ETG levels were so high, like this test, the test results, it wasn't like you had a little sip and you might not have felt it. Like your test results are indicative to me as someone who got lit. So there's no way you're drinking beet juice all night.
No, it wasn't.
And I'm talking, listen, I'm tired of it. I'm just exhausted. There's no way you were at home drinking your beet juice. And at some point you're clearly getting drunk and you know beet juice doesn't get you drunk. And at some point you would have thought like, something's funny here because I feel intoxicated. And the level on your ETG is indicative to me of intoxication.
Okay.
Like very intoxicated. It's not like, I don't know what your tolerance for alcohol is, but this is a very high result. This isn't like you had a beer and tried to get away with something. This is like you partied all night. I mean, that's what that test result says to me. And you just had a violation.
The violation was on the 3rd, Your Honor. It was after the occurrence of this incident.
So he had this one out in the lab and then he picked up another one.
So when he had his previous bond violation hearing on the 3rd, this had just been sent out to the lab.
Hanoch Shonline Purpura. Hanoch Shonline Purpura. Is that how it's said? See, I like you guys. You guys can help me defeat the evil Cheshire Cat. He's my arch nemesis. Always trying to make me say hard words.
For confirmation, this current sample that we're here for.
That would have occurred.
So this is the one he wasn't drinking and the one after it was when he ate some gumbo.
Yeah.
The one that was held before was for the gumbo that occurred before this.
You are responsible for what you put in your body, sir. This is a second offense from driving and you had a BAC of over.
All right, so we have alcoholic beet juice and alcoholic gumbo. I don't know what this guy's doing, but he's a partier. He can keep his beet juice, but I'll take some of that gumbo though.
Over 0.17. These are the allegations that you're facing, okay? And all I'm telling you, you're not allowed to do. I mean, it's not like I put you on rigorous bond conditions. I said you can't drink while you're on bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
And twice now, and I have heard everything. I don't believe a word you're telling me, with all due respect, sir. So listen, Matt, has he been assessed for treatment court yet?
He has not been assessed for treatment court. To my knowledge, does not enter play.
Can I see the two of you in back real quick? Just stay there, sir.
All right, that's about it. But here's the thing. So they come back and she mutes the record. You can't hear this now. She mutes YouTube. She mutes her mic. So I'm trying to decipher what's going on based on what's happening in the courtroom. So we'll walk through this. I'll tell you guys what I think is going on. So she just talked to both attorneys in her chambers. Now he's leaving with the officer. He's leaving out the back of the courtroom. Something tells me that he's going for a test right now. Now he's back after the test. We have a disappointed Judge Shackelford. She's shaking her head at him. I feel like she's saying very angry words right now. But yeah, this isn't me that muted it. This is the court. She just didn't unmute it. So now he's leaving again. Well, he's going to leave again. With the officer again. Was also looks like someone else. That might be someone from probation or someone from I don't know. But see, he's leaving out the back again. So I don't know. I don't know if he got arrested or if he's doing the sobriety court thing. I have no idea. But the judge wasn't happy, and I do believe that was she made him test, and I'm gonna say it was probably positive by her body language. Okay, that's it for that one though. Let's move forward. Let's make sure I'm caught up on super chats. Yep, I am. Let's go. We're going next.
Bond, people against Malone.
We got shaking it up a little bit. We have a traffic ticket. This one's kind of fun.
Aaron Marcus Malone. 25T644679.
Latham.
Mr. Malone, your name?
Darren Malone.
Officer Kless, good morning.
Good morning.
Your appearance, officer?
Officer Kless, City of Trenton.
We have an informal hearing. Do you still want your hearing, Mr. Malone, or do you wish to plead responsible?
I want the hearing.
Officer Kless, Mr. Malone, raise your right hands. Do you solemnly swear?
Maybe. He's not a let me talk to your supervisor, but he's fighting a ticket that he can't win. You'll see. Yeah, I don't know. We'll watch it. You decide.
Under penalties of perjury, that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God. Officer?
I do.
Yeah.
Mr. Malone?
I do.
Okay, officer, go ahead.
On February 6, 2025, in the city of Trenton, county of Wayne, at approximately 4:33 p.m., I observed a tractor trailer traveling down Van Horn Road between Allen and Fort Street with a 53-foot trailer, which that roadway is classified as a Wayne County Class B non-designated roadway, so he cannot have a 53-foot trailer on it. He would be over length. I stopped the tractor trailer for the violation, measured him out, and he was 70 feet, which he's only about 59 feet. And the max trailer he is allowed is only 50 feet. And he was issued a citation for over length.
All right. Do you have any questions of him, Mr. Malone?
See, that's what I'm saying. It's not a citation you can win. It's like the only argument you have is that wasn't me, or I measured my trailer and it's only 50 feet. There's very few defenses to this, and yeah, but it's the guy's arguments that it's why he's in the video.
Yes, I want to know how am I supposed to know I'm breaking the law if there's no signs posted stating that I'm not supposed to take that road?
He's asking you, officer.
Oh, me? So it is the driver's responsibility in Wayne County to know where they can and cannot take a 53-foot trailer and where they can, you obviously can't take it down residential roads, but they got to know what roads are Class B non-designated in Wayne County. There's multiple Class A roads. There's multiple specialty routes that they can take, or interstate routes that they can take. But between that section, between Allen and Fort Street, it is on the Wayne County truckers map. It is designated as Class B non-designated roadway, and there are no signs, but trucks are allowed to go down it. So they can't post a no truck sign because trucks are allowed to go down there. You just can't have a 53-foot trailer on it. So it's a driver's responsibility.
So am I supposed to ride around with a tablet with the internet on it.
Well, I mean, there's no sense arguing with him. They're not going to have signs posted all over the county. He's right. It is your responsibility. You might disagree with them, but he doesn't write laws. I mean,
But if there was a sign there, I wouldn't even took that road.
Okay.
Because I try to obey all the traffic laws and signs.
Well, I'm sure you do. This isn't a criminal charge. It's a civil infraction. There's no intent required.
Yeah, but I don't want no points on my license, and for something I had no. If there's no signs, how can I be held responsible?
Lisa, remind me on this over height. Is there points on that?
No, I don't believe so.
I don't either.
There's no points, Your Honor, for it.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So there's no points. Anything else, Mr. Malone?
My company, they posted a memo, so my team members won't take that road no more. I would like for you to throw it out.
Well, I'm not going to throw it out. I can't throw it out. That's up to you guys to. I mean, I can't throw it out, sir. I'm sorry. I'm going to find you responsible as charged. I can cut the fines down a little bit. I'll make them $200. Can you pay that today?
Not today, but if you give me time, and I'll take care of it.
Can you pay it in a week?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll just give you until next Wednesday. Is that enough time?
That's enough time.
March 26th. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Daniel Allen, Geis, 22F2385574. So, Mr. Guy.
All right. That was just a quick one. Yeah, I understand his argument where, it's like, how am I supposed to know each and every single road if I'm allowed to be on or not? But the officer's right as well. It's your responsibility. I've never driven a tractor trailer before, but I'm guessing that there's some kind of logistics is a huge business, right? So there's mapping involved to try to get you from point A to point B legally, I'm assuming. But yeah, then I understand why the guy's upset, but it's no points, so it's not going to hurt your CDL. Just you got to pay the fine. Yep, sorry, man, got to do it. Okay, moving on. Are we moving to the last one? Yep. Last case of the night. We are in Judge Simpson. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what this is. I was skimming through, so I compiled my video this morning or this afternoon for tonight, and I threw this in here. And right before the stream started, I just kind of scanned through just to get the order of what cases I'm playing, and I got to Judge Simpson. I'm like, okay, Judge Simpson's last. I started the stream. I'm like, I don't even know what Judge Simpson clip this is. I have no idea what this is. Hopefully, it's not something I played before. No idea, but at least we know it's Judge Simpson.
Case People versus Shantu Johnson.
So on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Yeah. She's coming out. That's okay. Take your time.
Oh, Mr. Allen's such a gentleman, opening the door for her. We love Mr. Allen.
Okay. What's your name? Thank you. All right. Johnson, you are here before the court on the charge of operating an unregistered motor vehicle that is alleged to have occurred on January 28, 2025 at the location of Carpenter Road. Do you understand what you're charged with? I'm not asking whether you did it. Do you understand what you're charged with?
Yes, I know what he said.
Okay. So that is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days, $100 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yeah, he was just here within the last week. He jumps in and out though. He's just super busy right now with work. But he was here a couple nights in a row. But yeah, so he's all right. Mimi, another someone else who has been lost and is now found again. Mimi, hopefully you're doing well. Good to see you.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, so my first question to you is, do you want to be represented by an attorney to help you out?
No, because I feel like I didn't do nothing wrong.
That's usually when people need an attorney.
What happened?
Well, ma'am. All right. I'm not going to necessarily hear the case today. You'd have to come back. Okay. Do you know how long an adjournment you need or what you want to do with the case?
I think it should be thrown out.
Okay, I got you. I understand what you're thinking, but are we going to do a trial on it or what are we going to do? Okay, but that's how this works. So what would happen is there'd be a pretrial set and you'd maintain not guilty, but then at some point I'd have to set a trial if something can't be worked out. Are you going to handle your own trial?
Yes.
Pardon?
I haven't had any tickets in over 30 years.
Okay.
This is all new. When I went to Secretary of State.
All right, hold on, Miss Johnson. All right. I'm going to ask you a question again. Okay? And think about just the conversation we just had. Okay? Ms. Johnson, would you like to be represented by an attorney? Yes? Did you say yes? Great, public defender case.
No, maybe not.
No, you told me yes.
Yeah, but they don't tell the truth.
Who doesn't?
I don't want to.
Oh, you don't know our public defender's office. They will tell you the truth, sometimes painfully tell you the truth.
Well, I'd rather have the truth.
Huh? They will give you the truth. They trust me. My public defenders here, and actually all of them, but my public defenders here will tell you the truth. They have to tell people the truth, even though they don't want to hear the truth.
Okay.
All right? And then that gets into its own whole thing. So if you want the truth, Miss Perrine, you're coming up on this? All right. Miss Perrine, I will guarantee to you that Miss Perrine will tell you the truth. All right? There no two ways about it. I don't have a doubt in my mind. You still want this then?
Yeah.
Great. This is a public defender case.
Good afternoon, this is the public defender.
Lauren, the truth Perrine. No, go ahead.
On behalf of my client.
You waive any further formal reading, stand mute.
That's correct, Your Honor. I would ask for another pretrial date, please.
All
And a personal bond.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute, court will enter a not guilty plea. Set pretrial in this matter, April 2nd, 2025, 9 a.m. Set her bond at a personal recognizance, $5,000 bond, under standard conditions, including no assaultive behavior or possession of any weapons. And that's all. Okay?
You see her phone number, Judge, there's not one in there.
Got it. Okay. Ms. Johnson, you'll be in good hands. All right.
I just asked you one question.
Oh, no. Go ahead. I don't know that I can answer because I can't give legal advice, but go ahead. You can ask me.
When I went to the Secretary of State to find out what happened, why the car wasn't registered, they said they sent a letter. Okay. I've been staying at everybody's house, so I didn't get the letter.
Hold on a second. Hold on. That's about the case. So I can't answer whatever your end question may be. That's the kind of thing, those particular types of things, those facts and those things, that would be a good thing to discuss with Ms. Farraday. Okay? All right? Anything else?
No, but I don't know who she is. And we're gonna
Who is?
She doesn't know me from a can of paint, so how are we gonna talk? We don't know each other yet. We can introduce ourselves on the phone.
I like how she's talking about her as if she's not standing right next to her. She doesn't know me from a can of paint. It's like I don't know her. Like it's like this one right here, Judge. Like kind of just like nods over. Like you don't. She can hear us. I can't talk about her. All right. I've got a couple milestones to call out real quick. John, member for 3 months. Thank you so much, John. I appreciate it. And Lizette for the 14 months. Lizette, that is awesome. Thank you so much, Lizette. John, Lizette, you guys are both awesome. All right. I'm going to let this play out, guys. There's only about 20, 30 seconds left. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your night. Have a great week this week. It's going to be a great week. It's going to be a great week. We got a lot of birthdays this week. A lot of birthdays happening this week. So, yeah, might have a couple special streams going on. We've got a lot of things on the calendar, so we're going to have a good week. But yeah, I would encourage you guys to come hang out on Sunday. I'm going to try to put together a special show. Not Sunday, Thursday. Come hang out Thursday. We'll try to put together a special show that night. And yeah, so let's hang out. But other than that, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. I appreciate it. The super chats, the membership milestones, you guys are awesome. I don't think I want to check real quick, but I don't think anyone's live. Generally, there's no one to redirect to Sunday night. Oh, we can go to Artie. Let's go to Artie. He's doing a judicial March Madness. Sure, why not? Go to Artie Scoreboard Fiction. All right. You guys are awesome. Sly Delish, is that your Sly's birthday's on Sunday? My birthday's Thursday. That's what I was hinting at. That's what I was hinting at. Yeah, I saw that. I know a case Mike's playing, and it's family court, and I'm avoiding it. I avoid family court. At least I try to, unless there's a sovereign citizen or someone's an idiot. But I know what case he's playing. I saw it already, and I'm not going to subject you guys to that because I don't like family court, so I don't want to raid family court. But Mike is live. He has an interesting one. It's a bit of a long one though. I'm surprised he decided to do that on a Sunday night. If I remember right, it's about an hour and a half long. So it's actually kind of getting to the end. Anyways, I'm rambling. I'm gonna let you guys off the hook. Let you guys off the hook. What am I even saying? I'm gonna let you guys go. Go tell Artie I said hi. Until next time, bye.
Okay, I'll give you a call, we'll talk.
How do you meet new people?
Not this way.
Yeah, but when you meet new people, you have a conversation, right? Okay, just have a conversation with her. She's a good person to talk to. You'll be all right. Court calls the case, people versus Vincent Lambert.